Some vicious sparring during the GOP debate earlier this week is still making headlines this weekend, specifically over illegal immigration. Mitt Romney and Rick Perry took aim at each other's records with accusations flying. But what is fact and what is fiction? Let's find out from Rob Margetta, editor for CQ Homeland Security. Rob, good morning.
Morning.
All right, first we're going to play a clip here from the debate that has got a lot of people talking. This is Governor Perry slamming Mitt Romney over illegal immigrants. Here it is.
Mitt, you lose all of your standing from my perspective because you hired illegals in your home and you knew about it for a year. And the idea that you stand here before us and talk about that you're strong on immigration is on its face the height of hypocrisy.
All right, so is this fact or fiction?
Well, as in the case with a lot of debates, you get a little bit of fact and a little bit of fiction. I'm going to have to say this is fiction, though. Governor Romney, in 2006, the Boston Globe found that a contractor he was using for landscapers had sent illegal immigrants to his house to do landscaping work. And when it was uncovered, he spoke to the company, said it was taken care of, and in 2007, the newspaper found that the same company was still hiring illegal immigrants. However, saying that he hired illegal immigrants and knew about it for a year is a bit of a stretch, because it's not like he knowingly hired them. He was using a contractor. Well, and
I want to go further with this to even expand on this, because Romney responded in his quote saying, "I don't think I've ever hired an illegal in my life." So is that fact or fiction? Ever is the operative word.
I am afraid I would also have to say that's a fiction. In both cases, there's sort of whether he knowingly hired an illegal immigrant. It's kind of disingenuous for Governor Romney to say, "I never hired an illegal immigrant." He did, even if it was through a contractor. It's also disingenuous of Governor Perry to say that he, or to imply that he knowingly hired an illegal immigrant and kept this person on staff, even though he knew about it for a year.
Okay. Now, Romney also turned the tables on Perry and his record on illegal immigration in Texas, so let's listen to part of that.
If you look over the last several years, 40%, almost half the jobs created in Texas were created for illegal aliens, illegal immigrants.
Okay, fact or fiction there, Rob?
I'm afraid I'm going to have to say fiction again, because Governor Romney doesn't give the whole scope of that 40% figure he used. That was actually taken from a recent report from the Center for Immigration Studies. This is a group with the goal of reducing immigration. And what they did was they took U.S. Census figures that showed that 80% of new jobs in Texas were going to immigrants. They then said they figured that about half of those immigrants were illegal, so you get 40% of illegal immigrants. However, the same report also says that this is just a sort of a broad estimate, could be high, could be low, and they also provide another figure in the report that takes into account that there weren't just immigrants arriving in Texas, some left, some exited the job pool, and that figure said that it could be 27% of new jobs went to illegal immigrants. So for not saying, you know, it's somewhere between 27% and 40%, or for not saying, you know, this is a rough estimate, I'd have to say that's fiction.
Okay, thanks for digging for the facts. We appreciate that, Rob Margetta, and we'll see you again. Thanks.
Take care.
We're going to get more now on one of our